Introducing the MX100 SSD from Crucial. With blazing fast read-write performance and 3 models to suit your every need, the choice between speed and capacity is over.
What are you doing?
I'm building up thumb dexterity for Thursday for the Mario Kart tournament.
Uh-huh. And why the wrist strap?
So I can't throw it at Kyle.
Trying to stay on top of malware is like trying to run front row security at a One Direction concert. No matter how many times you tell them to step back from the stage, they keep coming back like a screaming wave of teenage hysteria. Which actually might be a good name for a band. Most antivirus software can't even keep up with all the new malware that keeps sprouting up like a runaway game of whack-a-mole. Now we have to deal with malware forcing its way into legitimate online advertising services. CryptoWall ransomware, a particularly nasty strain of malware, thrives mainly on Eastern European sites. According to a report by a California-based security firm, one of Yahoo's largest ad servers is a site called adsmail.us. Despite the name, the URL actually reroutes to the Czech Republic, where it receives ads from malware distributors in other countries. Luckily, it appears Yahoo was completely unaware of this redirect, and there is already a solution in the works. If you happen to accidentally click on a Yahoo ad in the recent past, then you might want to sweep through your system and avoid clicking on ads ever again if you can help it. You never know how far down the rabbit hole you might fall.
Like an estranged classmate showing up to a 10-year college reunion, IBM has made headlines again. They've developed a microchip that is inspired by the structure of the human brain, claiming it can simulate the behavior of neurons and synapses. In order to achieve this, the chip has a web-like structure of transistors that mimics the brain's neural pathways. Though this seems like it would be really complicated, it ended up being very simple, and it only consumes about 63 milliwatts of power, which is equal to that of a hearing aid. Due to this level of efficiency, the chip can process complex data in real time. A more intriguing and albeit terrifying prospect is that it can supposedly work out ambiguous tasks on its own. These chips could then be daisy-chained together to make larger systems. Are we on our way to true artificial intelligence? If so, I for one welcome our tiny robotic overlords.
One of the highlights of Computex 2014 for us was the Asus booth. Aside from the drool-worthy all-white Sabertooth Tough Series motherboards, there was also a lot of eye candy on the graphics side of things. The Strix is a new series from Asus, incorporating peripherals as well as graphics cards. And the first of those, the GTX 780, has made its way all the way over to our shores. The Strix GTX 780 is an attempt by Asus to be a high-end gaming solution for consumers without needing to take out a second mortgage in order to buy it. To compensate for not having the GPU found in the much pricier 780 Ti, the Strix 780 has 6 GB of memory instead of the standard 3. It also works hard to cool that higher performance mark while also staying quiet. The use of large fans allows slower rotation speeds, thus lowering noise overall. In addition, the heat dissipation area is more than twice what's on the reference design. The Strix 780 has an 889 MHz base clock and a 941 MHz boost clock speed, which is higher than the reference numbers of 863 and 900 respectively. Of course, in order to knock off some more heat due to those higher numbers, there are massive 10mm copper heat pipes on the bottom of the card to draw the heat out of the GPU die. Check out the rest of the details of the full review on PCPerspective.com. Actually, that reminds me. Hey Paul, where's our sample?
I don't know. Where's our sample?
Speaking of things seen at Computex, we're getting to that time of year when manufacturers start releasing the goods they showed off at the trade show in anticipation of the buying seasons in Q3 and Q4. Another big advancement in PC hardware, along with the X99 platform, is the next series of DRAM. Today, ADATA is launching some of its higher-end DDR4 performance kits to be sent on to early adopters. No doubt overclockers will be high on that list. This promotional photo on an Antec shows the kits featuring the XPG Z1 branding looking quite fetching in red, perhaps to go with some AMD builds. Of course, these kits won't just look pretty. The XPG Z1 line will offer speeds up to 2800 MHz with timings of CL 17-17-17, falling within the range of the 1.2 volt standard. Kits will be available in dual and quad channel varieties to accommodate the new Intel platform. In addition to the top speeds, you can also buy the kits in 2133 and 2400 MHz ranges. If you're wanting an NVIDIA color scheme, you'll have to wait for now. They'll only be in red for the time being.
Yeah, I think you got a point here, Jenny. This is what I need to be doing, getting prepared.
Are you really going to use the dinner plate?
I don't know. I'm sort of confused by the massive size of this controller. Do I use the touchpad? Is it my rearview mirror? What's going to happen?
All right, coming up this week on Newegg TV, tomorrow we have Q&A where we answer all of your questions. Thursday we'll have another episode of Yolk'd, and Friday we have the Alt-Tab live show on twitch.tv/Newegg or Newegg TV. We do have a redirect there, and that's going to be at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Now we're trying to get bigger, better content every week on the Alt-Tab show.
I got it to work. I'm actually playing it from here. This is amazing.
It's cheating. Until next time, you guys have just been yoked.